Hello, my friends. What's good? What's great? Oh, I've had such a fantastic day. First of all, I'm in a tank top. It's summer weather here. But I've spent the day reading Shakespeare, going to a webinar, and just generally learning things, which is a very good day for me. What have you guys done? Is there any one thing that you're like, that was a really cool thing I did today? We are up to Act 4, Scene 1. The Merchant of Venice. Venice, a court of justice. Enter the Duke, the Magnificos, Antonio, Bassanio, Gratiano, Salanio, Salarino, and others. Duke of Venice. What, is Antonio here? Antonio. Ready, so please your grace. Duke of Venice. I am sorry for thee. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch uncapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy. Antonio, I have heard your grace hath ta'en great pains to qualify his rigorous course. But since he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me out of his envy's reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with a quietness of spirit the very tyranny and rage of his. Duke of Venice. Go one, and call the Jew into the court. Salanio. He's ready at the door. He comes, my lord. Enter Shylock. Duke of Venice. Make room, and let him stand before our face. Shylock. The world thinks, and I think so too, that thou but leadst this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act, and then 'tis thought thou show thy mercy and remorse, more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty, and where thou now exactest the penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, thou wilt not only loose the forfeiture, but, touched with human gentleness and love, forgive a moiety of the principal, glancing an eye of pity on his losses, that have of late so huddled on his back, and now to press a royal merchant down, and pluck commiseration of his state from brassy bosoms and rough hearts of flint, from stubborn Turks and Tartars, never trained to offices of tender courtesy. We all expect a gentle answer, Jew. Shylock, I have possessed your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. You'll ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that, but say it is my humour. Is it answered? What if my house be troubled with a rat, and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it baned? What, are you answered yet? Some men there are love not a gaping pig, some that are mad if they behold a cat, and others, when the bagpipe sings in the nose, cannot contain their urine, for affection, mistress of passion, sways it to the mood of what it likes or loathes. Now for your answer. As there is no firm reason to be rendered why he cannot abide a gaping pig, why he a harmless necessary cat, why he a woolen bagpipe, but of force must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself, being offended, so can I give no reason, nor I will not, more than a lodged hate and a certain loathing I bear Antonio, that I follow thus a losing suit against him. Are you answered? Bassanio. This is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty. Shylock, I am not bound to please thee with my answer. Bassanio, Do all men kill the things they do not love? Shylock. Hates any man the thing he would not kill? Bassanio. Every offence is not a hate at first. Shylock. Why? Wouldst thou have a serpent sting thee twice? Antonio. I pray you, think you question with the Jew? You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bate his usual height. You may as well use question with the wolf why he hath made the ewe bleat for the lamb. You may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise when they are threatened with the gusts of heaven. You may as well do anything most hard and seek to soften that, than which what's harder? His Jewish heart. Therefore, I do beseech you, make no more offers, use no further means, but with all brief and plain conveniency let me have judgment, and the Jew his will. Bassanio. For thy 3,000 ducats here is 6. Shylock. If every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts, and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond. Duke of Venice. How shalt thou hope for mercy, rendering none? Shylock. What judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave, which, like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and in slavish parts, because you bought them. Shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to your heirs? Why sweat they under burdens? Let their beds be made as soft as yours, and let their palates be seasoned with such viands. You will answer, the slaves are ours. So do I answer you. The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. 'Tis mine, and I will have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it? Duke of Venice, upon my power I may dismiss this court, unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. Solanio, my lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor, new come from Padua. Duke of Venice, bring us the letters. Call the messenger. Bassanio, good cheer, Antonio. What man? Courage yet. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all, ere thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood. Antonio, I am a tainted wether of the flock, meetest for death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground, and so let me. You cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live still and write mine epitaph. Enter Nerissa, dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Duke of Venice. Come you from Padua, from Bellario? Nerissa. From both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace. Presents a letter. Bassanio, why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly? Shylock, to cut the forfeiture from that bankrout there. Gratiano, not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew, thou makest thy knife keen, but no metal can. No, not the hangman's axe bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce thee? Shylock, no, none that thou hast wit enough to make. Gratiano, oh, be thou damned, inexecrable dog, and for thy life let justice be accused. Thou almost makest me waver in my faith to hold opinion with Pythagoras that souls of animals infuse themselves into the trunks of men. Thy currish spirit governed a wolf, who, hanged for human slaughter, even from the gallows did his fell soul fleet, and, whilst thou layest in thy unhallowed dam, infused itself in thee. For thy desires are wolvish, bloody, starved and ravenous. Shylock, till thou canst rail the seal from off my bond, thou but offend'st thy lungs to speak so loud. Repair thy wit, good youth, or it will fall to cureless ruin. I stand here for law. Duke of Venice. This letter from Bellario doth commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he? Nerissa. He attendeth here hard by, to know your answer whether you'll admit him. Duke of Venice. With all my heart. Some 3 or 4 of you go give him courteous conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter. Clerk reads. Your grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter I am very sick. But in the instant that your messenger came, in loving visitation was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. I acquainted him with the cause in controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We turned o'er many books together. He is furnished with my opinion, which, bettered with his own learning, the greatness whereof I cannot enough commend, comes with him, at my importunity, to fill up your grace's request in my stead. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment to let him lack a reverend estimation. For I never knew so young a body with so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation. Duke of Venice. You hear the learned Bellario, what he writes. And here, I take it, is the doctor come. Enter Portia for Balthazar. Give me your hand. Come you from old Bellario. Portia. I did, my lord. Well, another time I end with well. That was a crazy scene. I feel myself being very tense. Tragic in every way. Anyway, that's not the end of the scene. I've cut this scene in 3 because it's so long, and you know, who really wants a hour-long YouTube video? So I will see you next week. I hope you have a truly beautiful one. If you've got any questions at all, write them in the comments below. If you liked this video, I'd love you to like it. And if you loved it, I would absolutely love you to subscribe to Shakespeare with Izzy. It has been a pleasure, and I will see you next week.